Yes, sir.
And we are back. What's good? And we got a
Hey.
special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and introduce yourself and what you do.
Well, my name is Innocent Wami. I'm the founder of VIPSOCIO. We're basically...
I dig the shirt too, VIP Social.
Okay,
Thank
yeah.
you, man. We got to represent the marathon continues, you know.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
so we're an urban marketplace. We do two things. We're like the Black Eventbrite that had a baby with Amazon.
Okay.
Damn. Look
like
at that.
I love it. I love it.
I like Eventbrite and Amazon.
Yeah, so basically we do event ticketing. If you have an event like what you guys are having tonight, you can come on there, free events, paid events. If you have merchandise and you want to sell it, you can come on our portal and sell it. The beautiful thing with what we do is we only target the urban market, the African, African-American, and Caribbean people.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm African.
I'm glad you said Caribbean. I was like, dang.
Nah.
They're not leaving you
You
out,
said
Rocker.
Jamaica
Just
left
relax,
out
man.
now.
Relax your shoulders, buddy.
I respect it, though. That's beautiful, man. That's
Nah, for
beautiful.
real though. The reason I started VIP Social is because I moved to Atlanta in 2000. Back then, you can find a good reggae spot in Atlanta. If you looked on Google or if you search anywhere else, we show up on page 10.
It was only two.
Yeah, so basically what I was trying to do is for people like me, I travel a lot. When I'm in New York, I need certain type of entertainment.
Yes.
I need to eat a certain type of food. I need
Yes.
some soul food, or I need some African food, or I need some jerk chicken, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I need a
me some
place
food,
where
too.
I need some place where I can go, and in that one place I can find my entertainment, I can find the type of food that I need. So at VIP Social, what we do is really we highlight urban culture, urban business. Our primary objective is to lift up our entrepreneurs, all right? People like Cell invited me here, Kreative HQ. If you go online right now, you search for entertainment in Atlanta, we're not going to show up on page 1. We're not going to show up on page 2. We're not going to show up on page 3.
True.
We might show up on page 10.
Dang.
Right. So
Maybe.
what we need to start doing is we need to start building our own shit. Excuse
Yes.
my language, but we need to start building our own shit.
Facts.
Right.
You owe some money, but no, here's your excuse. No, you're fine. No, I absolutely agree with that, man. So what inspired this idea? Was it the fact that you couldn't find any clubs, or were you walking into, like, what inspired this idea exactly?
Really, for me, I worked in corporate America for about 18 years. I'm revealing my age to you guys, but you know. And I never got any satisfaction from it. And I think I get a lot of satisfaction from building something. My whole concept is I want to be able to employ 100 people or 500 people, African American, Caribbean, or African people in 3 years' time. I want, like last weekend, we met at Replay Atlanta. I want the artists at Replay Atlanta to not have to spend money to go build a website and go find her own marketing. I want her to come to VIP Social, put her art on there, and it gets shown to her target audience.
Yes.
Because, one good thing with the internet is that it's opened up for everybody. But it's also become a huge ocean where you can quickly disappear.
1,000%.
Yeah, you can quickly disappear. If you put in your product, you're putting your art, you're putting your music in front of the wrong people, or if you're sitting in an ocean where nobody is looking for you, or you don't have the money to get people to find you or to show up on page 1 or page 2, then somebody really needs to create something where people with certain tastes, and people with certain taste in fashion, certain taste in music, can come and feel at home. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we have to show. We're really an engagement community.
That's beautiful. Okay, so what cities is this already implemented in?
So we've been around for a year and a half right now. I live in Atlanta. So Atlanta was our base. So we've been in Atlanta we were in Atlanta for a year. But so far we've rolled out to Houston, Dallas, New York, DC, So there are three things that we do at VIP Social. You go there, you want to find entertainment, you want to buy tickets, you want to RSVP to an event. Also, if you show up in New York today and you're looking for our type of entertainment, you're looking for a lunar lounge type of atmosphere, right? If you pull up our app, because we have a website, we have an app. You pull up our app, it'll show you that type, like it'll show you lounges, night spots, restaurants
that cater
right?
to you and your audience.
Yeah. So we want to pride ourselves in saying we're a city guide. A lot of times when I talk, people ask me like, okay, what is it that you guys actually do? I tell them we're a marketplace for urban culture. We're a marketplace. You know, when we say urban, you know what it means. It's black, right?
Yes.
We're a marketplace for black business, black entrepreneurs. We're trying to build a database that nobody else has. Nobody else is prioritizing our business. Nobody else is prioritizing our art. Take music, for example. I bet you it's probably 10 music executives that make decisions about who's going to become a star tomorrow.
Yeah, Lil Nas X.
Yeah, but today, we have the internet. We have the ability to build our own platforms.
Yes.
And now wait for 10 people who probably do not understand or might never show up to Creative HQ's event, might never show up to Replay Atlanta, might never show up to the Caribbean Carnival, but they get to decide which of our artists becomes a star tomorrow.
In the culture.
Yeah, so we have the tools right now.
Could you speak on that some more? Because I think that's so important, the idea of ownership. And you saying this to me and me saying this, like, right here, real life, is inspiring to me. So can you speak on the importance of ownership and what that means for black entrepreneurs? Because Atlanta right now, besides DC, I think it is the #1 place for a black person in America to be successful. And you're one of them. So can you speak on the importance of ownership?
Well, I'm going to speak on two things. There's that importance of ownership, but it's also the importance of a responsibility to our community.
Yes.
Right? Because, okay, I own VIPSOCIO right now, right? I'm an engineer. I worked for 18 years. I can build stuff like that. But it does not work if I'm not partnered with you, if I'm not partnered with you. Right? So it's not just the ownership in that we're building something sustainable that we can hand over or that we can use because we have the power once we do that to elevate other people that are like us. But that community factor is what differentiates. Let me take the Jewish community, for example. It's that community factor. It's like sometimes I talk to like somebody from Cameroon. I'm from Cameroon. I tell them about VIPSOCIO. You will not believe it takes me longer to convince them to use VIPSOCIO than it would take for me to convince a stranger out on the street. Because somehow we kind of left that community aspect out of it. You know, you were talking about appropriation earlier, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, if you look at black communities, right after Jim Crow and all of those, the thriving communities were the ones that kind of pulled themselves out, brought themselves together, kept all their dollars encircled, which is what the Indian community does, the Korean community does, the Chinese community does, the Jewish community does, which we are not doing, right? So it is ownership, pride in ownership, pride in that your brother owns this and wanting to use it, even with the issues that you might encounter with it, but really, it is that pride of saying, you know what, this is something that was built for me by my own person, you know?
Yes.
So that's important.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming out, man. Wow, that was dropping gold. Jewels.
Gems.
Real gems. All of it. All the jewelry. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you want to find us, it's at VIPSOCIO. VIPSOCIO, one word. On Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, if you want to find me, my name is Innocent. There's not that many Innocent Wamis on LinkedIn, though. So I got kind of a strange name. But, yeah, at VIPSOCIO everywhere. And then you go to VIPSOCIO.com. If you're on your Android or iOS, download the VIPSOCIO app, you know. And join this community.
VIPSOCIO. So, yo, stay tuned. We ain't done yet. We're going to have a couple more gems and jewels dropped on us, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
sir.
we'll be right back on Creative HQ. Let's go. Hey.
Yeah.
And we
That really is
are
beautiful.
back right here in Creative HQ with the owner of VIPSOCIO.
Yes, sir.
All right, so what sites, you got Eventbrite, like there's no other sites like yours. There's no other sites that you look to kind of grab from. Like, who are the like competitors, or do you have any competitors?
Yeah, my direct competitor is Eventbrite.
Okay.
So you know the kind of work that I have to do.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Right,
yeah.
but we're up to the task. I've built a kick-ass tech team. I'm an engineer myself. I've built a
Nice.
kick-ass tech team. So from a technology standpoint, we're up to par with Eventbrite. From a brand perspective, that's where I need you and I need you.
Hey, we
All right,
all
man.
for
Y'all
it.
need to shout it out because, I mean, it takes time for people to adopt something new. And you know what? At VIPSOCIO, we're doing something strange. I get a lot of people ask me, like, what direction are you heading? Are you doing ticketing for events or are you a marketplace? And I tell them, you know what? I'm creating something different.
Yes.
I've been listening to the market all the way.
Yes.
The first part, when I launched VIPSOCIO, we do ticketing. You have an event within that culture, right? You put it on there. But you know what happened? The more we started having exposure, I have businesses start calling me, you know what? Can we advertise on your page? I'm like, why do you want to advertise? They say, well, I have merchandise. And I think that the community that you are targeting is my customer.
There you go.
So it's a no-brainer for me to say, you know what? I need to put a marketplace here, right? Why promote your business when you cannot sell it on here? And you see, even like Creative HQ, for example, you guys have your Wednesday event here, but tomorrow, I bet you're going to have some brand merchandise. Why do you want somebody to come to VIPSOCIO, buy your tickets for your event, then leave and go to Amazon and buy your product?
One-stop shop.
Right? So it's a one-stop shop. And then we're transforming the way the ticketing portals are. Right now, Eventbrite, Ticketmaster, it's flat. You get a link, you go buy a ticket, you never go back there. So there's no engagement, right? Our culture is now one of let's touch and then go. I don't do business. If you've done business with black people, we don't feel comfortable doing business with you unless we can sit and have a drink with you.
Facts.
True.
So the only way to make an urban platform successful is to create some kind of engagement. Yeah. So if you go on our app, like when people show up to your event right now, they're able to check in, right? If there's a young guy that sees a young lady that has checked in on the app, they want to invite them, chat. I'm a shy person, right? When I have a mic, I talk, but in person, I'm really shy. So I could be in a crowd of people. I don't know how to engage with people. So we've built in certain things that Eventbrite, Ticketmaster don't have.
Yes.
That
For real, yeah.
get people to interact. When you travel or when you're in a city like this and I attend an event like this, my primary purpose is to come out and meet people. Yes. But I might not be the most social person. But what is happening in our day and age? You see 10 people sitting at a table, particularly millennials. They don't talk to each other. They talk through their phones. So what VIPSOCIO has done is we've built in something that allows them to talk through their phone and still connect. Yes. But it's still tied to the event. It's still tied to whatever brought them to that place. It's just we're tapping into a new paradigm where people don't talk person to person anymore. They talk person to device to person, even when I'm sitting right next to you, right? So Eventbrite is our direct competitor. Ticketmaster, a distant competitor because they're more big box office. We're targeting everybody. You have an event today, anything, you go on it. Yeah,
which is the people that get overlooked. Yeah, and I love that. Like, actually, what you do is actually perfect for this show because that's what we're representing too, the everyman, you know, the celebrities and stars that get overlooked, you know, like who are just your next door neighbors. You just never know who you're in the room with. So I love that you're doing that. Also, I like that your company it's weird because hearing how it's positioned, it's almost like Eventbrite's not complete. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like Ticketmaster's not complete.
Cracks.
Yeah, and they're not.
So I like that. So what you're saying? So now Creative HQ, you advertise where we're at or the building that we're at, and then we have our merchandise. We can give our merchandise to you. And we can sell merchandise there. Is that what happens as well?
You come on there, you create your own merchandise. Once you have your account,
yeah,
You can sell event tickets or you can sell merchandise.
Nice.
Somebody coming to buy merchandise, we're going to make sure they see that you have events. Somebody coming to buy events, we're going to let them know you have merchandise. So in a way, we're stopping you from having to market 5 different portals to sell your brand.
That's
Exactly.
incredible.
And that's amazing because there's so many times I can't remember where I went to a show. I wanted the merch there, but I was like, I can't get it right now. I want to get it later. If I still go back to the site, like you said, going back, my community, right where I want it, I could get that. That's
most
amazing.
important, man, we got to keep the dollars within the community.
Yes.
Because every time a single dollar is going outside of the community, you're taking something away from us. We cannot grow if we're always feeding the other side, if we're always exporting our dollar. We have to keep it in the house. You know?
So to that point, and you mentioned earlier that you work for corporate America, and I want to touch on that because I wouldn't be here if I didn't work for corporate America, and I'm sure you relate. You see the structure, you see how you contributed, how you made that operate, but then you had the courage enough to separate yourself and build your own. And for all the entrepreneurs that are listening that are in that predicament where they may be working and they have an amazing idea like you have, but they haven't necessarily had the courage yet to branch out on their own, what helped you to do that, and what was your mentality behind that, just going from corporate America to building your own?
VIPSOCIO.
Yeah, so one thing, it's really difficult. The biggest thing with corporate, the reason people stay in corporate America, why I stayed in there for 18 years, is comfort. Comfort. And sometimes a little bit of fear.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta rush. The very first day I launched VIPSOCIO, it's nerve-wracking. It's like you might have a little product and you tell your friends, check it out, everybody says it's good. But once you put it out there and you don't know who's gonna use it next, I could tell you I did not sleep for like maybe 72 hours because I had every notification. Every time somebody logged in, I got a notification. Every time somebody put an event, I had a notification. If somebody purchased a ticket, I had a notification. If there was a failure anywhere, I had a notification. So there's a certain degree of fear, which is good for an entrepreneur because you really feed off of that. Yeah. But I would say just get it started. Get it started.
Do it.
You can plan it for 20 years. Everybody can tell you that's a brilliant idea, but until you put it in the marketplace and you actually get people consume your product, you will not know what you have. Yeah, so just get it started. Once you get it started, the little butterflies in your stomach, they're gone. Do you play sports?
Yeah.
You know, like before
Soccer,
you get into a basketball or soccer game, if it's an important game, right before the kickoff, you feel like you're about to throw up.
Yeah.
But once that ball starts rolling, your natural instincts take off. Your practice, your training that you've had for years and years in corporate America or whatever will kick in.
Yes.
But you got to get started. If you don't get started, you're never going to get rid of those butterflies. But once you're in it, your survival instincts kick in. Your intuition kicks in.
Yes.
Your ability to listen to people criticize you and not get mad. Because you can put it out, somebody's going, you know what, this is crap. You know,
Of course.
seriously, they'll
It's
tell you
gonna
this
happen.
is crap. This is never going to work.
Facts.
But nobody can tell you. You have to test the market. Put it out there. If you have something, start it tomorrow.
Yes.
Get one client, get 2 clients. You know what? What's the worst that could happen? It fails and you're back to where you were.
Square one.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Facts.
That's a fact.
Nice.
Beautifully said. All right, so we'll take one more break, and then we're gonna we gotta stretch out these jewels. You know what I'm saying? Drop them too quickly. You know, you're gonna start scaring some people.
Nice.
Hey, yo, stay tuned right here in Creative HQ. Let's go. Hey, 1, 2, and we are back with the
Yay.
owner of VIPSOCIO. Okay, now VIPSOCIO, is that like VIP social in another language?
Well, no. Back in I went to boarding school.
Okay.
Socio was the guy that pretty much drove everybody's social life. They're the ones that decided what was happening, where they were the ones that authorized stuff. And VIP is just because I come from a VIP culture. Where I come from, a baby shower, we gotta have a VIP table.
Hey, okay.
A funeral, we gotta have a VIP table. And you better be careful not decide what uncle you did not put on that VIP table.
Yeah.
So you know what? it's a play of words, man. It's that VIP social, man.
Rocker, I might
That's
have
the
a
way
VIP
we do
section
it.
of my funeral, dog. I'm not gonna lie
Bruh,
to you.
if I'm not, I'm wilding out at your funeral. I better
Going back
be
as a
the-
ghost. Where's Seth at? He needs to know. All right, yeah. Nah, that's dope. Okay, VIP socio. That did not know that. Okay.
So did you see yourself, well, speaking of your culture and your roots, did you see yourself doing this? Because not a lot of, sometimes people say you're born with the entrepreneur and I don't really necessarily subscribe to that, but did you see yourself building your own business and doing that when you were younger, or what was?
Well, I'll say this. I always wanted to, because growing up, my role model is my aunt, my mom's older sister. She never completed high school, but growing up, I saw her manage 10 different businesses. Given they were all making her peanuts, but I really learned diversification. I understood business through her, because in whatever she did, the amount of effort that she put into it. My mom is more educated, PhD and all that. But this my aunt, I saw life through her eyes. So I always wanted to be like her.
Nice.
I always wanted to be like her. And right now she's the same person. She's the one person that supports me. She's never left my village back home. But I don't think Warren Buffett could give you more business advice than her.
You hear that? It's the women
That's what I'm
running the show, y'all.
It
Sleep.
is, man. It is.
Black woman. Shout out to the Little Mermaid.
Yes, sir.
So that's really where it comes from, man. It's who I watched growing up, and I always wanted to be like her. You know, no offense to my mom. She raised me. She
No,
gave
of
me
course,
the
of course, of
opportunity
course.
that I have.
We love you, moms. Yeah, best believe.
No offense to mom, but yeah, she was the driving force behind what I do right now. She's the one that gave me the courage. No education, but her mind, she had a business mind. She understood people. She knew how to attract people to what she was offering them. And that was something that was born in her. You could say it was born in her, but it takes a lot of hard work to harness it, though.
Yes, yes.
All right, and last question with a VIP social. Now, do y'all have like related sections? Also, how do y'all get back to the people? Is it text message, emails?
So far in a year's time, we've accumulated a lot of data. So when I talk to, let's say, investors or corporate, we're really a data platform. We're an urban data platform. We're trying to bring that community together. And once we do that, anything is possible. When you bring people together, anything is possible. So we reach people via email. We do a little bit of Facebook marketing, because I mean we're fairly young. So we do Instagram marketing, a lot of email blasts. Every time I meet you, I'm gonna get your phone number, so you'll probably get something from me in the next few days. But
Looking forward to it.
But no, actually, I meant like, say somebody goes to Replay ATL, and they say, I like this event. Does something else come up saying like, if you like Replay ATL, you may also like
Suggestions.
Luna. Yeah.
yeah, so we have limited suggestions right now. We do offer the suggestions. We offer you similar events, but as the data grows and we begin to have a little bit more information about your preferences, we're building a recommendation engine in the background right now that will put those things in front of you.
Again, to your point, it's important to build a community and really get your people that go to the same functions and encourage them to get on the platform, and reach out.
Yeah, get on the platform, man. Just go on VIPSOCIO, download the app.
And tell them what the app is again.
VIPSOCIO,
I
VIPSOCIO.
remember this name.
Yes,
One
sir.
word.
One word.
Yeah.
Okay, so the real last question. I'm sorry. How now? Say that someone has a suggestion that they have a spot, they have an urban spot. that they think the site might, it's a good match, how can they contact you or the site so you can like check the spot out?
You can DM us on IG. You can info@vipsocio.com or support@vipsocio.com, or send us a message on Facebook. So everywhere.
That's perfect.
Nice.
All right, yo, I want to thank you again for coming through.
All right, man.
Thank
I
you
really
so much. I appreciate
commend
it.
you guys for what you're doing. You know, 5 years ago, we would not have a show like this.
Crazy.
We didn't have the platform.
Facts.
I don't know how the other guys did it. Jay-Z and all of that. I don't know how they did it, but
Respect.
you know, we got to
Absolute
give them respect. So I really appreciate you guys. Sel, thank you. Sensei was the one that invited me. Unfortunately, she's not here today.
Yeah, shout out to
Thank
Sensei.
you. Baraka
I appreciate
and
it, bro.
Sound DNA. I love that name, man.
Thank you.
Maybe I should change it to
Oh, hey,
Urban.
relax.
No,
Hey,
I'm saying
you
VIP
better
Social should be
copyright
urban DNA. You know,
Oh,
so
here it is. All right.
Right.
I heard this conversation before. Thank y'all for listening. Hey, we love y'all. Hey, Rock, say social medias, homie.
Hey, you can find me on Instagram, ROCKVMUSICK, or on Twitter, JAROCKA5.
And you can find me at Sound DNA, SOUNDNA, on Instagram, Facebook. Show called the Sound Shop, so you're looking for beats. But I'll talk about that another time. Hey, yo, we love y'all. Stay tuned. Don't stay tuned, but we'll be back next week. We out. Hey!